gents, I've got another tutorial for you today, and I'm going to be making a miniature kilt pin miniature wall hanging. So you get these are bronze tone kilt pins, and you can buy these over at the trinket parlour, and you can make yourself some mini wall hangings. So I've got here some muslin, which is nice and frayer, and it's about 2 inches wide by, well, it's just a strip. It's doubled over, so it's nice and thick. In fact, I think it's more than doubled this. I think it's double. And it's about 2 inch by about 8 inch this, just to start off with. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to first of all, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to sandwich some felt in the middle. I'm going to leave a gap there of a good inch or so, because that bit is going to wrap over the bar of the pin. So I'm going to put my felt down here somewhere. Oh, my glue gun's not plugged in. Brilliant start. Hold on a minute. Hold your horses. Right, that's plugged in. Sorry about that. So while that's warming up, I'll just tell you what I've got ready. I've got a small image here that I have cut down, and it's approximately, let me just measure it, about 1 inch by about 1.5 inches. So you want a nice image, so you know you don't want it too big, because they are meant to be miniature. And then I've got a great big pile here of cut-offs. Your scraps, these are a brilliant way of using up your scraps and things like that. I've got one of these lovely doilies. It's like, it's quite fine, and it's like a golden thread. And I've also got a range of bits and bobs and trinkets and things like that that I may well use as well. I don't quite know yet, to be honest. Right. I'm just going to see if my glue gun is warm enough to start. Now you can hand sew these. You can use your machine, your sewing machine. You can use fabric glue. My favourite is the Aleene's tacky glue. But for speed, I'm going to be using my glue gun when it's warmed up. Come on! I'm always ready, aren't I? Always prepared, so I am sorry. So this is going to be a long video, because my glue gun's not even warmed up. Right, let's see if we can get it. So I'm just going to... No, it's not ready. It's not ready. Sorry, ladies. Oh, dearie me. I'll just have to be super quick with my tutorial. You can always skip this bit. Just fast forward it. It's boring. And when you get to... a bit where I'm not gluing a bit of felt, then press play. Right, so I'm just putting some hot glue. Well, warm glue, not hot glue. It's warm glue, 'cause it's not even hot. There, about 1 inch or so down. And I'm just making a bit of a sandwich. Press that on. Like so. You really do want your glue to be hot, otherwise you're going to end up with hard bits, which there's a hard bit there, so that's going to bother me. But, I'll deal with that later. For now, let's try and get this show on the road. Right, we're rocking now. So a little bit of glue there, a little bit there, a little bit there, just tiny dobs, and then I'm going to sandwich that felt in the middle. All that does is it just gives a little bit of support to your fabric hanging, so that, I mean, you want it soft and floppy, but you do want a little bit of structure to it. So that's that. So we're not going to cut anything else off at the moment, and now I'm going to figure out how much I want this overlapping on the pin. And then, if you know, I might want to trim some off, which I'm going to do, because judging that, it's a little bit too wide, so I'm just going to trim. Trim it down, and then I'll go back and measure it again. And you just trim a little bit at a time until you're happy that you can put that over onto your pin, and then that you can then close it. It doesn't even matter really using muslin if you cut straight, because you just fray the edges and it hides a multitude of sins, so it really doesn't matter. So don't worry about it, okay? I'll just cut it off. Right, so that's about right now. So I'm going to loop that over there, like so. And I'm going to just glue it on the back. So I'm going to do it like that. I'm just going to fray these edges a bit first before I glue it. So you just gently pull at them like so, and it will give you a nice bit of a fray, which makes it a little bit shabby and also disguises the fact that you haven't cut it straight if your name's Amanda. I can't cut straight for toffee, even with a paper cutter, a paper trimmer. I still manage to sometimes cut wonky. I don't know how I do it. I really don't. I think somebody moves the floor. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Right, so I'm going to loop that over the pin now. I've got it open because I want to be able to ensure that I've got room to open and close it, which I have, so that's fine. And I'm going to attach it. My glue should be warmed up now, so I should get a nicer finish. So just hold that down and press it to spread the glue out so you don't get a hard piece. And that's attached to my Kilt pin now. So now I'm going to just close that pin like that, and it's attached. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my image on, and then I can tell how long I need it to be, and I can cut off the bottom and start embellishing it. So I'm just going to really quickly, making sure my glue's really hot, and get it on fast, put my image on about there in the centre. And rub it. If you've got fabric images, that's even better. This is just printed cardstock, nothing fancy. Right, so now I can see that I don't need all of this length, so I can cut there. And I'm going to fray off the bottom quite as far as I can do it, I think, up to where the felt is underneath, to make it really nice and shabby. This would be nice with burlap as well, because burlap's even easier to fray, or any other kind of nice material that frays. Just do these side bits a bit more, and you can see that it soon looks nice and shabby. Right, let's trim those off because I'm too lazy to keep on and on and on and on pulling it. Let's get rid of these fibres, and let's see if I'm happy with the way that is sitting, which I am. Right, so there we go. Just get rid of that fibre bit. Come on, get out of the way. So you want to be able to see what you're doing. Right, so now I'm going to start and embellish it. And you can just literally put anything on. This is the part where I might faff about a bit, because I'm a bit undecisive when it comes to putting trims on stuff. I like that though. So I'm going to chop that in half there. Chop that in half there. So that will go there. And you just layer them up. You can always go back and trim again afterwards. And that's pretty, isn't it? You can put as much or as little as you want on. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes I like to go mad and put loads on. It just depends on feel, to be honest. There's no right or wrong. It's whatever you want to do on the day. Some days you just might feel like going mad and putting loads on. Go for it if that's what you want to do. Right, I'm going to just go straight for it, and I'm going to put some of this trim on here, and I'm just going to slightly overlap the picture and then trim it off because I know I'm putting that other one, and I'm going to, am I going to put it at the other side as well? I think I will because I quite like that. And I want mine to be quite straightforward. You'd take more time over doing it yourselves, obviously. I'm doing it really quick because I'm just doing a tutorial. Trim that. So I'm just giving you a general idea. If I was making this properly to send to somebody, I would take a lot more time and a lot more thought into it. Absolutely. And I will maybe do another one and come back and show you. I'm just going to overlap that there. Right, what should we have at the top? Let's have a look. This is really pretty. Let's layer some of these up. And hope that this video isn't like an hour and a half long. I'm going to try my best to be quick, but you want to still give ladies a good idea without going on for hours. Right. Yeah, I'm going to have that on there. No messing about. Put that on there like that. Oopsie daisy. Perhaps another one. And you just build up your layers. That's the idea of shabby, although there is no exact way of doing anything. It's just how you feel, and also using what you've got. You might not have a lot of scraps, you might not have a lot of anything. Just use what you can. That there, like that. Right, what else shall I put on there? Do I want some beads? No, I don't want any beads. What have I got? What have I got? What have I got? Oh, I'm under pressure now because I'm trying to be quick. No. No, I'm going to leave it, I think. I think I'm just going to... Oh, that's really pretty. I'm going to have that on. I'm just going to keep it pretty simple because it's for the video, and I'm just going to put that embellishment there in the middle. Like so. And then I'm just going to trim that off so that it's flush with the edge. And then I might just go back and re-shabby those a bit. Do I want to put that behind? Yeah, why not? Let me measure it. Why not, why not, why not? Just adds a little extra layer. A nice skinny trim on there. Let me just measure how wide I want it about that wide. Just lift those little trims out the way. It can get a bit fiddly when you're doing small projects, so take your time. There's no rush. I know I am rushing here. I don't like rushing projects, but I'm trying to just give you some ideas of what you can do. Just tuck that behind there. My glue strands. Right, now I've got this as well, which I quite like. This little metal embellishment, and then I got these gifted. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I got these little pins gifted from a friend, and I really quite fancy. So I got this from the trinket parlour, and I just used my 1/2 inch circle punch and punched out a little picture, and I'm just going to literally hang it on this little pin here, I think. I'm just going to hang it that way. And then I'm gonna just attach it to the top of my hanging, I think. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I really like that. So there we go. And that's really pretty, actually. Absolutely simple, easy as pie, lovely little embellishments if you're doing a rack or a fabric book. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see it. And how easy is that? That's just out of scraps, bits and bobs, and a few nice little trinkets and charms. So there you go. Give it a try. There's an infinite amount of variations on that you can try. Go and have some fun. Bye for now.